Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fabi, and welcome to Arrows DIY. On my channel, I like to do Dollar Tree DIYs, high-end dupes, as well as thrift flips. Today I'm going to be showing you 8 DIYs that might be perfect for your sunflower tier tray. These DIYs are super easy to do, they're fun, and I hope you leave with at least one idea to inspire you in your decor. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get crafting. For DIY number 1, we're going to be using this wood crate that I purchased at the Dollar Tree. We're also going to be using these stickers, these letter stickers. They're blue, but never mind the color because we're only going to be using them as a stencil. I would recommend picking up about 2 or 3 packs when you get a chance because with the Dollar Tree, you never know if you're going to see it again. I take these letters and I go ahead and I spell out the phrase of my choice. I try to make these letters as straight as possible. Once I spell out I would pick you, I go ahead and I write the bottom phrase again and again and again and again. Literally. So once that's spelled out, I go ahead and I use my finger and I just rub down, press down very firmly. This is very important to get a nice stencil. You don't want any bleeding of the paint or the wax through there. Now we're going to use Folk Arts antique wax and we're going to just wipe it off on the paper towel there and just go ahead and paint this crate. This is relatively simple. Again, you don't want to use a lot of wax. And I just go ahead and I do this to all of the sides on the crate. So now I just place it on the side to dry. And once it's dry, I use this detailed scissor. Now this detail scissor is the sharpest thing that I have, but if you have one of those Cricut weeding tools, that'd be perfect. But if you don't, this works too. So you're just gonna go ahead and pick off all the letters, and as you can see, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good alternative to a Cricut. So we're gonna go ahead and take this all off, and I'm liking how it looks with the dark wood stain and the natural wood colored letters. So now we're just going to decorate it, fill it with some buffalo check fabric. So I cut that down to size to fit on the inside of the crate. So this fabric, I just made sure that it was a little bit larger than the crate. Nothing perfect, just shove it in the crate. And then we're going to take some of this reindeer moss, also from the Dollar Tree. The buffalo check is also from Crafter Square. The fabric is also from Crafter Square. And now we're just going to use these flowers. Now these sunflowers were the inspiration for my entire tier tray. I know I said last video that I didn't like bright yellow, but these flowers won me over, so I think I might be on the bright yellow side now. And yeah, I'm allowed to change my mind, right? Okay, so I want to know what you think about this DIY number 1. Now for DIY number 2, we're going to take this wood piece that I also got at the Dollar Tree. I mean, we know by now at the Crafter Square they're calling it wood hanging decor. So we're going to take this piece and another one of those beautiful sunflowers and we're going to chop them in half. Now I'm going to take some hot glue and hot glue it there to the bottom there so that it looks like a sun. And we're going to use these rub-on transfers to spell out the word sunshine. Now I'm not going to show you the entire process of me rubbing this on because we have better things to do and I appreciate your time. So we're just going to take this, I'm going to show you how I do it for this one letter. I'm going to take this embossing tool, also from the, I'm going to take it, I'm going to go ahead and scratch off that letter. Now these letters change color when they are completely transferred onto your wood piece, and they transfer very well. I strongly recommend these rub-on transfers. Not all of the rub-on transfers are great, but these in particular are. And I actually like this font. Some people are not into the whole this font. I like this font. I feel like this font is the font you would get if Art Deco font and retro font had a baby. This is their baby font, and I love it. I think it's so cute, and it spells out sunshine. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and distress it a little bit with the antique wax. You don't need to do this if you don't like distressing. I thought that it accentuated those little corners a little bit, and I like those little details, and I like to dirty my DIYs a little bit. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Fabi, and I'm a mom of 5, and I DIY on my spare time. And I would strongly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and hang out with me some more. On my channel, I like to do eclectic decor. I do some farmhouse, I do some shabby chic, I do some boho. Basically, I do whatever my heart desires in that particular moment of crafting. So hopefully you leave here today with something inspiring, and leave a comment below if you're new here, because I would love to meet you. So now I take some of that same burlap. Wow. Now I take some of that same fabric, that buffalo check that we all love, and I just cut about 2 squares wide worth of that fabric. And as you can see, I just hot glue it all around this wood piece. And then I added another flower in the background because you weren't there to tell me to stop adding. So I think I like it. It's kind of quirky, it's fun, it's different, but you let me know in the comments below. Did I lose my mind here? Or is it nice? I think it's fun. I think I like it, but I want to know what you think. So I could have cut off that twine there, but I didn't. I wasn't sure at this point if I was going to use this for my beaded garland or not. So that's why I didn't cut off the twine piece there yet, but later on, the last DIY is my beaded garland. And I really like what I did there. I did something very different. I've never seen any of these DIYs before, so I hope you guys appreciate it. And I hope you like it. I mean, I don't really know. Now I just took a Sharpie and I wrote, "You are my sunshine." So sweet. Now this video is made as part of the 5 Under 5 DIY challenge hosted by Missi from Crafty Cove and Emily from Farm Charm Chic. This month's guest is Brenda. I love Brenda. And she's from Rustic Lace DIY. I will leave all their channels in the description box below and the playlist. A whole bunch of my friends are coming together to bring you some fall tier tray inspiration. So check out the playlist link right above. I'll leave it in the comments and also in the description box. Now for this next DIY, I take this little jar that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna put these letters on like so. And I find this is a really cool way to add font, to add text to your pieces. So now I just put those letters on, but they're not glued on, they can still fall off, so be careful. This Mod Podge here is going to seal it into place and also help us paint this jar. The Mod Podge is going to help seal our project as well as help the paint adhere to the glass without it chipping in the future. So I just go ahead and lightly add Mod Podge all around, being careful not to paint that part, not to paint the top rim, so that we are able to screw that cap back on at the end. So this is what it looks like. Mod Podge dries clear. I'm not sure if you knew that, but Mod Podge dries clear. So even though it's a little bit, right there in this section, it's not really dry yet, it will dry clear as well. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and paint it. And I'm gonna paint it all white, but you know how to do that. So we're gonna move on to the next step. Once that's all dry, I take apple barrel in the color black, and I'm just gonna lightly distress it. Lightly, and then I get more heavy, but Of course, if this is your project, you do what you want. You can do light distressing, a lot distressing. I kind of went heavy-handed because I really wanted that hello word to pop out. But you do what you want on your project. Remember, this is just inspiration. I'm never telling you what to do. Except right now when I say, if you like this, please hit the like button. That would help me so much. But only if you like it. I mean, if you don't like it, don't hit the like button. But if you like it, thank you. Please hit that button. So now I just distress it. First, I go up and down with the paintbrush. This is a kid's paintbrush from the Dollar Tree. It's the best distresser in my opinion. I absolutely love it. It's kind of like a chippy brush. I love it. Now, I just go around the edges and the top, the sides. Now, if you see here, I just added a little bit of that same buffalo check fabric. And I just hot glued it around with some twine as well. Also from the Dollar Tree. And then I just hot glued a little bow to the front. Now I'm just decorating it with some more of these sunflowers that I got from the same store. And I'm just sticking them in the little holes there. Now this piece here, this little mug that says hello, I plan to use this all throughout the holiday season. So those sunflowers can easily be changed out for something else. Now I felt like it was lacking a little something, so I did add some more fabric on the handle. First, I took a very, very thin piece and I hot glued it to the top part as well as the bottom part. And then I took another piece, which is about 2 squares wide, and I wrapped the middle of the handle. That way it didn't look so messy and we still got some buffalo check action going on. And I think it's sweet. Let me know. Do you like this? Yeah, let me know. So here's a close-up of what that looks like. And there's some more if you want to see it on its own. Now this is the next DIY. Now for this next DIY, we're going to use these little glass containers from the Dollar Tree. I've had these in my stash for a hot minute and I really want to use them. So I came up with this I've never seen this before. It's out of the ordinary, but I like it. So now we're going to use this white paint by Apple Barrel and we're going to pour it carefully into the bottom of this container. So basically the goal is to get the paint to the bottom of the bottle without making a mess at the top, which I totally failed. But maybe you are more skilled than me. And don't even worry about it if it gets messy at the top, because we're going to use that fabric and wrap it up and it's going to look great later. But basically what I'm trying to do here is to make it look like milk, kind of like milk in a bottle. And I'm going to make it look like these sunflowers are growing out of milk, because I like that. I don't know, maybe it's a little crazy, but that's what I'm doing here in this DIY. And I am trying to show you all of these ideas to spark some creativity and to make my tier tray happy and to make my tier tray fun. So that's what I'm sharing with you today. Now I take the same rub-on transfer letters and I'm going to spell the word tall. Now I'm just going to scratch them with every instrument that was close to me. And then I go back to my trusty embossing tool because it is the best at rubbing these transfers. So once that's on there, I go ahead and I put some of that same Mod Podge we used earlier, the dishwasher safe. So I go ahead and I add some of the jute twine, wrap it around twice, and then tie a knot, and then cut off the sides. Now we're going to use folk art paint in the color bright green, and we're going to take 4 zip ties, or cable ties as Dollar Tree calls them, and we're just going to paint both sides of these. These are going to be the stems for our sunflowers. So we're going to set them aside to dry. Once they're dry, we're going to go ahead and shove them into these jars. Carefully though, because these jars are very fragile, so I don't want you getting cut. We're just going to take these zip ties and we're going to shove the bottom little square part of the zip tie into the bottle. I did use a scissor to do that, but be careful. So first you put the hot glue in, and then we're going to put the zip tie in, and this is hopefully going to keep them in place. I also added a little bit more hot glue to the back of the bottle so that the zip tie can lay flat against that, and it doesn't just, you know, like dangle about. You kind of want it to be locked in place. And I did this for all of the bottles. Then I used the same glue. I used Gorilla Hot Glue, and I just hot glue them all together. Now I'm going to cut them in varying heights just to add some visual interest. And now we're going to put these paper sunflowers that I also got at the same store at the top of these things. I also took a little bit of buffalo check fabric, cut them into little squares so that they can help me not burn my finger when I attach the flower. It also looks super cute from the back. I didn't really plan for that, but it kind of worked out great. Now we're going to take the same blue letters and we're going to paint them black after we add this twine. So I wrap the twine around 3 times, and then I just hot glue it into place, tie a knot, because I feel like sunflowers and twine are best friends. Where there's one, there's the other. I mean, do you agree? Where there is a sunflower, there should be twine or some form of burlap. I think so. Okay, so now I'm gonna take these letters, and I painted a whole bunch of them because I couldn't decide what word to write. And I always paint extra letters just in case one rips or something, you know, you don't exactly want to wait for one letter. But I still had to because I forgot that the word grow has an R in it. Words are hard sometimes, guys, especially for voiceovers. Okay, so now we're just gonna write the word grow on top, and that's it. We're done. What do you think? I'm losing my mind, right? What is this? I love it though. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Oh yeah, so then I have to add more because you weren't there to stop me once again. So now I'm adding some leaves. Because sunflowers have leaves, and I think it looks cute. Let me know in the comments below. Is it cute? I think it's kind of cute. So this one would be like one of the ones that go on top because it's relatively tall. Okay, so this DIY almost didn't even make it to the video, to be honest. I showed my friend and she was like, put it on. She thinks it's cute, so I'll do it for her, I guess. I took these stickers from the sticker pack from the Dollar Tree, and I just try to make a truck because I can't find a truck at my Dollar Tree. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna use these stickers. And I kind of like it. I mean, I do like it. I'm not gonna knock it. I mean, it's definitely an alternative because I can't find those cute little trucks everybody's finding. I'm gonna have to go to Target tomorrow and see if I have some luck. But I hear that Target has, in their dollar spot, they have like these tiered tray packs for $5. Definitely check them out, and if you get them, let me know because I will make a video if I find some. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put that other sticker and cut it down to size to be like the back part of the truck. Yeah, don't ask me to name any part of a truck because all I know is wheels and a door. I mean, I'm very sad when it comes to cars. So I'm just going to cut that down to size and then glue that piece there. So a friend of mine inspired me to make this. Her name is Robin, and she actually has a YouTube channel. It's called Robin's Buys and DIYs. She does Dollar Tree hauls and DIYs. Her stuff is super cool, super fun. So she definitely inspired me here to put sunflowers on the headlights, and I thought that was such a cute little touch. I'll probably do it all the time, but let me know in the comments below, what do you think? I'll leave the link to Robin's channel in the description box below. She just did a challenge where she converted a whole bunch of Dollar Tree trucks to fall decor, and she had a challenge with K-Mom. I'll leave both of their channels and the challenge in the description box below, so you can check them out if you want to. But there you go, I just stuck the flowers to the front of the truck and a whole bunch more sunflowers, and I think it's pretty cute. I mean, really, I was on the fence. I also did add some antiquing wax to the top of the truck there, so it looks a little bit less like a Jenga block. Let me know, is this one a hit or a miss? Because I'm still on the fence about it. I did add some silver paint to the top as well, but it's kind of cute. I think it'll pass. It'll pass. It definitely fills your tier tray. All right, so now I'm gonna make a pennant banner for the tier tray, and I'm just gonna use the wrapper that came with the stickers, like the top. Any cardboard paper would work. I'm just telling you what I used, so when you see the barcode, you're not like, what is she using? So now I'm just using my little detailed scissors and I'm cutting triangles, and I want them to be about the same size. So I'm using one triangle to serve as a guide as I cut the next one. Now I'm just going to paint it all white. It took about 2 coats to fully cover the barcodes. Like I said, you can use whatever you want. I also took some buffalo check fabric and I cut little tiny thin strips. It's really hard to tell, I'm sorry, because of the placemat, but they're right there in the center, the buffalo check strips, and I'm just going to use them to make kind of like a banner. So I'm going to fold those fabrics. I lost the clip. I have no clue where that footage went, but first I hot glued these triangles onto the burlap, and I spelled out the word happy with those same blue letters that we painted black earlier in the last DIY. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just gonna hot glue these. We're gonna leave at least a little, I wanna say like 3/4 of an inch of space between each letter. That way we have space to put our burlap strips. And I'm also gonna add some flower petals so that we get the sunflower vibes going. So here we go with the same flower. This flower rocked my world. This flower inspired me to do this entire tier tray. I'm supposed to do 5 tier tray DIYs under $5, and I think I have like about 7 here, so I kind of went crazy. I couldn't stop. Like, I just got on a roll and I was like, sunflower. I got so excited, guys. So I hope you like it. I hope you like at least one. I hope you get an idea. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about this DIY. So now I cut off the petals off that flower, and I'm just putting them between the little buffalo check strips. And for those strips, all I did was I hot glued them. I folded them over the burlap. Oh my goodness. I folded them over the twine and I hot glued it. very simple to do. I'm so sorry. I hope I'm making sense. It's been a long day, guys. But you can see what I'm doing, I hope. And then, if that wasn't enough, I added buffalo check to the back because I think tier trays and ornaments on a Christmas tree, tier tray decor should look good from every angle. So, you know, sometimes you see the decor items from different angles, and I think they should look good on all angles. So I'm just going to cover the back here so it doesn't look so ghetto, and it looks nice. Not that ghetto is bad. I don't know. Okay, so now for this next DIY, I'm going to take this tiny frame and I'm going to deconstruct it. And then I'm going to cut a piece of burlap to fit perfectly inside of this frame. And then we're going to put it all back together. Now, I'm going to give you two alternatives. You could use this. Oh yeah, one second. We're going to use the antiquing wax first and make it look antiqued. Make it look a little distressed, a little rough, not so white and polished, because we want this to be rustic. Rustic sunflowers is what we're doing today. So I wanted to match the crate, basically. Now you could put a flower in here like I'm doing right now, or you can use the sticker pack that we've been using this whole time, like the one we used for the trucks, the Jenga truck, or you can use the sticker like so. However, I didn't want it to say make it happen, so I cut it up. And this is something you can do for any sticker ever. If you don't want it to say something, you could always, you know, cut off the little pieces. This detail scissor is amazing for customizing little pieces like this. So if you're gonna do something like this, I would recommend having those little detail scissors. So now I just cut the N in happen, and I made a Y out of the N. And I'm just trying to spell the word happy because we already made sun. What did we write? Oh my goodness, I need to go to sleep. Sunshine. Oh my goodness. Yes, we wrote sunshine on the second DIY. So here, you are my sunshine. So this one is going to say you make me happy, kind of like that song. I sing it to my children. So it's a sweet little DIY in my opinion. So I'm trying to write the phrase you make me happy, not make it happen. Make it happen doesn't do anything for me. I mean, make it happen might be good for someone, but not for me right now because I just don't want that. So I'm going to take the same letters, the same rub-on transfers, and I'm going to write the word me, and I'm also going to write the word you. Then I'm going to cut them out and put them on the frame, and that's another DIY. Now what I like about this one is it's not just like a filler, it's actually functional because it has a little stand in the back. This little frame has a stand in the back, so it actually stands on its own on your tier tray, which is very convenient because a lot of tier tray signs kind of flop over or tumble over if you knock it, but this one's pretty stable because it has that little kickstand in the back. And then I just put some flowers there to jazz it up. But yeah, let me know what you think about this DIY. I think it's pretty sweet. I don't know. Alrighty, let me know. We're on to the next DIY. This is the final DIY. I know this is a long video. If you're still here, you are amazing. You are an OG, an Arrows DIY OG, and you deserve to know that my last two videos have giveaways. So if you want to be entered to the giveaway, you have until tomorrow to be entered to win Dollar Tree, $100 Dollar Tree shopping spree, as well as hard to find calendars. Then the one before that, I think I have calendars given away. I'll link both of those videos at the end of this video in case you want to check those out. It's the boho pillows and the calendar DIY. The sunflowers and bumblebee DIY. All right, so I got these beads from BB Craft. They were nice enough to send me these beads, and I haven't used them, so I'm using them today for a beaded garland. I've never made a wooden beaded garland, so I'm making that today. Using the antique wax, I use about 3 tablespoons of antique wax in that plastic container. And then I add a little bit of water, mix it up, put all the beads in there. I stained about 12 wooden beads, and then I use a baby wipe, as you can see, to rub off the excess. Now I like how the middle there has that streak in the middle. I like that. So if you don't like that, you want to make sure to not rub it so much in the middle. Now I'm going to take apple barrel in the color black. I'm going to go ahead and mix that with this original mixture that we just had, because I'm not going to dirty something else. And you're not going to tell because black covers all the color, so you'll be fine. So we put about 12 beads in there and did the same process with the black beads. Now for this beaded garland, I wanted to have 3 colors, and I didn't want the pattern to be so predictable. So it's not going to be like black, dark brown, natural brown. It's going to be a little bit more interesting. So I'll show you a couple clips here of how I made my pattern in case you want to copy the same pattern, because I like it. Let me know in the comments below, do you like repetition in your pattern? Like, do you like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that kind of pattern? Or do you like to mix it up and vary it? Now for the garland, I'm going to take a long piece of twine, and I measured it. It was about 70 inches, just so I can tell you, because my mother's telling me I need to be more specific in my DIYs and stop being so rock star about stuff. But I told her I know no other way. But anyways, I took the I took the twine 70 inches long. I folded it in half and tied a little knot at the top. This knot is very important not to double knot it, because the wooden beads will be able to go through it, which is something we want, so that we don't have that weird awkward gap in our garland. Okay, so now once I strung this pattern on the twine, I'm gonna make the tassel. I take the Jenga block. Obviously I made this before I made the truck, because I only have 1 Jenga block, but if you have more, use your Jenga block. And we're gonna wrap this around the Jenga block 50 times. I'm not even joking, I literally counted 50 times. So that way it's nice, thick, substantial tassel. Then we're going to cut off the end, and we're going to slip it off of the Jenga block. So if you don't know how to make a tassel, I'm going to show you how I make my tassel. I'm not saying I'm the tassel specialist of the world, no, but if you're interested to know how I do it, this is how I do it. Now I take another piece of twine and I put it through the hole, and I make a double knot. Secure it with hot glue. Now once that's done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this donut of twine that we just made, we're going to put it on one of the strings of our double stranded garland. We're going to put one of those strings through the twine. Now we're going to just take both of those strands of the garland and we're going to knot it. But we want the knot to be inside of the tassel so that it's not visible at all. So now we're just going to caress the twine in such a fashion that all of the strands go straight down. This is the most important part to make a nice, neat tassel. This is your chance now to make your twine look tamed. Once you have it nice and neat, we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap it around. We're going to wrap this other piece of twine around about 6 times and double knot it, secure with hot glue. Now once you have that done, you're going to go ahead and take the scissors and you're going to cut all of those loops so that we have loose strands. And then you're going to give it a nice haircut going across. I recommend turning your tassel a little bit as you're cutting. That way you make sure that you're making them all the same length. Now I'm going to make the little charm that's going to hang off of our garland. I took one of these tags that I messed up on a couple DIYs ago, and it was just here. I wasn't going to throw it out because, let's face it, I don't throw anything out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this tag and we're going to cut a burlap, a piece of the cloth the same size as this tag. We're going to use Mod Podge and we're going to slap that Mod Podge. We're going to put on that oh my goodness, we're going to Mod Podge the fabric onto this tag. Then once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and put some reindeer moss on our tag. We use hot glue for this part. Now this is extremely messy, so please be sure to have some kind of mat or paper underneath for easy cleanup. Ask me how I know. Yes, extremely messy, but I think there is no effect that can be substituted to the effect of moss. Moss is just beautiful. It's a beautiful detail. So I mean, you could try to use those pads. I know they have like pads of moss, but this is what I found. So this is what I'm using. You're free to use whatever you like. Remember, this is just inspiration. And I'm just having fun here. So let me know. Do you hate moss? Do you love moss? Let me know in the comments down below. Now I'm taking the stickers from the sticker pack and I'm doing the same thing I did before. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the stickers where I like it. I feel like it helps tie the whole thing together. All of the DIYs, the fact that the same sticker pack is being used for many DIYs, it kind of gives it that flow. It strings all of the DIYs together, in my opinion. I hope I'm making sense today, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. I am so excited. I cannot believe I almost have 700 subscribers. I don't even understand that. I told my husband when I started the channel that I'd be happy with 20 subscribers, and this is beyond me. I am so grateful and thankful for every single one of you guys that have hit that subscribe button. And if you're new here and you hit the subscribe button, thank you so much. Please say hi to me in the comments below. I like to talk to you guys. I like to meet my subs. Now what I do is I take the little tag and I string it through the loop and I knot it, and that's it. We got our tassel. Do you like this? Now my plan for this garland, my plan for this garland is to use it throughout for many because it's very neutral. So I'll definitely just cut off the tag and use it for other things. Now I'm just showing you here that I use this red paint to kind of add paint to the very, very yellow sunflowers. We already know how I feel about really yellow sunflowers. So I just put some red in all of them. But that's it, guys. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I can't believe I talked for that long. Who am I kidding? Yes, I can. I can talk, as you know. But I made all these DIYs, but it's not for you to use all of them. It's just maybe you use one, maybe you use three, maybe you like all of them, but it's just giving you some different ideas. You could also pop it on a pumpkin, as you can see there. But 8 DIYs, 9 DIYs. Whoa, those are 9 DIYs in this video. I don't know, I went a little crazy, guys, but I don't know. I had a lot of fun here. This is my late summer, early fall tier tray. I'm gonna work on another fall tier tray soon. So, sorry this was a kind of long video, but I don't know how else to show you what I did without showing you. I tried to speed it up some, but okay, I'll stop apologizing. Okay, all right. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to see more of what I make in this house, subscribe. And if you would like to support my channel, you could watch my channel, you could subscribe, or you could buy me a coffee. I use that money to buy craft supplies and keep my marriage intact. Now, thank you so much for watching. I love every single one of you guys. You don't even know. Have a great weekend. And until next time, friends. Bye.